Door Guys podcast. This is Davis.
And Vinny.
With Sean.
I'm Tyler.
Finally,
Come here. Come here.
Welcome to the show today. You got Door Guys today, and that's it. We don't have a guest, so it's been a while since it's just been Door Guys. Welcome, everyone, back to the show.
What's up, fellas?
You may have noticed at the beginning of the show this new year we have a new song and the outro too. We're not rotating songs on the outro because we're trying to get monetized on YouTube, everybody. And so we just had to come up with some new shit. If you want to make us an intro song, email it to us.
Was that Daryl?
No.
I thought Daryl's the intro guy.
Daryl is in the process of making an intro, but he tried to record it or whatever. So we're in the.
Does thing have like $100,000 guitar?
Yes.
Shouldn't it be done?
He has no time. And when he does have time, he needs to find someone to help him mix it and do all that shit. And the guy that he did find was super picky, and it was making some weird noises. So Daryl said he was just going to do something different, and I guess he hasn't had time to get back to that.
I get that. He is busy. He's got to clean before Thanksgiving.
A couple months ago.
Well, this is 2022. There is a new Thanksgiving coming up in November, so
that is true.
Be here before we
Start
know
cleaning
it.
now.
yeah.
Thank you, Sean, for those intro and the outro today on the last
No
episode.
problem.
Those aren't originals, but you found them, so we'll give you credit.
Well, they're somebody else's original, but
And we can use it.
yes, they're non-licensing kind of things. So
So that way when we post it on YouTube, it doesn't go, hey, you've got somebody else's music you're not supposed to be using.
Yes. Well, not just that, everything that goes along, because those songs got dinged or whatever, our old songs, YouTube is less likely to put it out there just randomly, if we're getting a lot, because we have a couple episodes that are getting more views now, over 100 views on a couple of, the Josh Sneed one's up over 100 now.
Nice.
But anyway, those are getting more views, and whatever algorithm they have that it shares those videos, as they get views, it won't share ours because it's fucking got a copyright ding on it. So, that's how it goes. That's how she goes.
copyright. And how many times did you say fuck?
That's okay.
A lot.
We mark
That's
it that,
okay?
Yeah, we mark it that it's not for kids.
It's
so.
explicit.
NSFW.
And we're not really racist or anything, so we're not going to get taken down.
Oh, you're
for
not?
that. No, not at all.
Only when
I
Andres
thought
was
you
here.
were.
No, not at all. Only Andres is. That's
Yeah.
why he's not here anymore. He
That's
quit.
right.
That light's really screwing Vinny up.
It is.
Every time I turn on, he looks over at
What light?
the light
Going
on
over
my
your
phone.
shoulder that you can't see.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
I
the
keep
light.
seeing something out of the
If you were a
peripheral.
raccoon in a tree, you'd be done, buddy.
Davis just assumes it's aliens.
I do.
So
I
he just
do.
lets it go.
I do. There's things out there, Sean. You might see if you're watching on YouTube. There's a bunch of chairs behind Sean, and we're getting the carpets clean.
Us too.
Oh yeah, is there? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, enjoy that this episode if you're watching on YouTube, because we're getting the carpets cleaned here at the Funny Bone.
Behind the scenes view of what the Funny Bone goes on.
Chairs up, shirtless men. We got it all.
Yeah, this guy's been skating in here today. It's been great.
I'm already sweating.
I have something to bring up from the Colleen episode to you two dudes specifically over there.
Oh.
Colleen liked her episode, but she talked to me and she was asking if we got any feedback on it or whatever. And everything I've heard is that it was a good one. I enjoyed it, but she said, I'm glad I didn't bring my phone. And I was like, oh yeah, why? And she's like, well, a couple times I spilled water and I saw myself messing with the table, wiping the water up. She's like, but those two other guys, they were on their phones the whole time. You should cut them right out of the fucking screen. Because they're not engaged with the conversation. And she was talking about you two guys.
It wasn't us.
You two guys.
We were engaged.
I explained that you had a TikTok fiasco going on, that you're usually not like that. And then I said what we all know is that Sean doesn't care. Sean.
No, I was just looking at porn.
Next to Colleen.
Yeah.
I was
TikTok videos of breastfeeding. That's
That is your thing. That's what he always talks about.
I was trying to moonlight as a social media creator, and I don't do that very well.
You can't multitask, is what you're saying?
No.
Multitasking gets you.
And I mean, I watched it. I don't usually go through and watch these intently, but I watched a little bit of it. You are on your phone a lot. I mean, it could be a turnoff to people watching.
I don't like videoing these. I just want audio.
Audio's not where it's at, Tyler.
I'm
you
old
as a
school.
TikTok
We're in the future.
TikTok mogul should know this.
Forgive me, Colleen. I love you. Don't take me off the Mark Norman weekend.
It wasn't. She wasn't that mad. She wasn't even really mad. It was just a suggestion and
Observation.
yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Once I got Jesus Christ at Bayer once, I was okay after that. That time we had that show and I was looking at the numbers. That was the first time I ever got Jesus Christ at Bayer. Was she walked by and she bitched at you, said something to you about me, and then she goes, Jesus Christ. And I was like, I'm trying.
Oh yeah, that's when you had to look at the seating chart every time
Yeah,
you
I was
sat
telling
somewhere.
you were.
couldn't figure out where to go.
I was like, Davis, count me out, because you go 7 to 11, and she's like, Jesus Christ.
Which this is so funny to me because I'm the worst person at math. Like a third grader can do math better than me. It's crazy you're asking me about numbers. I don't know. Me and numbers do not get along.
Well, now I work once every 3 months, so I mean, I count that shit when I come in.
Oh yeah, you don't.
Too.
Yeah. You
I
forget.
still count that shit. Like if I'm going to 205, I'll go.
Yeah.
2, 3. Okay, here you go.
I think we should just have the number right on the.
On the table? No, because
Yeah.
then the customer will try and find their own table.
And the tables aren't always in the same spot. Look at the showroom now. We've got these 5 tables that we're using in here, and that's about it. I don't want to have to make sure we put the tables back in the exact same fucking spot because that would suck.
I like the process we have now.
I need to go get my phone and text Colleen an apology. You wouldn't believe, dude, how many comics are so insecure.
Yeah,
like
we
I'm
know.
I'm in several group chats. Fuck. Like every other week, anytime somebody sends a Veils to Colleen, there's like 2 or 3 dudes that, and I've been one of these too, where we're like, she said this. Do you think? What do you think?
What
of
does
does
that
this
mean?
sound like? She'll say something just kind of, and not just kind of short and like.
And is it like
oh,
a
yeah.
text or an actual? Like is
It'd
she
be an
saying
email.
Response.
an email? So there's no tone to it.
No tone. And so it'll just be like, I sent this long thing, asked this, and she just said, keep trying, or something like that. And they're like, what's that mean? Am I?
To be fair, you can put tone in an email. I used to make at my day job. I used to make account managers cry.
Really?
Based off my emails, yeah, just
Wait a
off the tone of my email.
Wow.
This guy's an old office Hitler over here.
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
When you type out cunt, I mean, it says it clearly.
That'll make him
That
cry
is-
every
you're
time.
right. That is true. I stand corrected.
That was good.
Another new change we had, if you're watching on YouTube, is Vinny. I was telling Vinny, it's how this got brought up. I like he moved the screen up a little bit on us, and I was like, I like
Yeah.
that a little bit better. And he texts back and was like, why? Because you can't see our man boobs anymore. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That is why I think it looks better, maybe.
But
You
you
need to
can
tuck
still
in.
see her face, and you are fat.
Well, yes.
I'm hiding under this beard. If I shaved it, I'd lose like 20 pounds.
Oh, whatever.
Speaking of our Zoom, and you need to tuck in because you're drifting away from me and
Oh,
you're
am
getting
I?
clipped off. Yeah. There you go.
I got.
And I want you closer. I got to get those moans.
He's touching me under the table. Speaking of my moans, they're really kicking lately. I had to take my son to the orthodontist this week,
Uh-oh.
and this guy, he's the head of the orthodontical place that we go to.
The orthodontical.
The dentist? Orthodontist?
It's a
No.
abrasive specific place.
Orthodontist?
Oh,
And
ribbed.
he hasn't told me. So he's been friendly a couple times before, never touching or anything, but he one time was very curious about my Run the Jewels t-shirt and just kept asking questions, which I really didn't think anything of. I'm just like, oh, this is just some guy interested in my band. Then
Is this an old guy, younger guy?
yeah, I would say he's Probably got to be in his 50s.
All right.
Maybe,
So-
you know.
Run the jewels. Tell your story.
That could be. That could be. Another time on Thanksgiving, I had this weird long conversation about turkeys. He was telling me how, like, giving me step-by-step instructions how to cook my turkey, even though, like, I was smoking mine and I already had it. Like, I know how to cook a turkey.
Yeah.
Didn't inquire if I knew, just started telling me, like, a recipe and the best way to cook. And I was just like, I try to be nice, you know, and at this point, I'm still not like, I don't think this, like, I wasn't like, oh, this guy's fucking hitting on me. But this last week, I go in there and I'm sitting, my son's back there, and I got my big fucking feet just like sticking out with my, not my Crocs on like I have today, but I have those Nikes that are like fluorescent green, neon green.
Yeah.
This dude walks around the corner, and I look at him right when he walked around the corner because no one else was in there, and his eyes go straight to my shoes, and his eyes got like super big, like he loved my shoes. And a lot of people comment on these shoes, so
Sure.
I was like, oh yeah. And then he comes, he started, oh, how you doing, whatever, looking at me. And then I felt like he looked me up and down. Then he asked me about the weather, and I said something because it was warm that day, and I said something about it being cold, and he's like, oh, yeah, you know, I don't really get that cold because, you know, I'm in this workout group and we work out outside in the mornings in a parking lot. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, and I was just like, yeah. Okay.
Invite.
Then he just started going in, explaining it where it was very clear he wanted me to be like, oh, how do I get involved in this shit? So he's like, you know, it's just a bunch of dudes. We work out in the parking lot. You know, it's called the something F, 6F or something. I hope none of those dudes listen to this shit. And he's like, it's about faith and friendship, and we work out, and then you share a little bit and do this. And in my head, I'm like, oh, this is how women feel when it's an unwanted advance. This guy's hitting on me for sure. He's trying to get me to fuck him or something. And in my head, also, I'm like, this is real crazy because I'm at your place of business that he's clearly like the main guy there. And so in my head, I'm like, number one, first of all, devil bitch, like, fuck you. Number two, I have a wedding ring on, and you don't know if I'm married to a guy or a chick. Like, I don't care if this guy's gay. It's the advances, dude.
I don't think he cares either.
No, he doesn't. And then third, my son is at your fucking thing getting his teeth worked on right now, and you're trying to suck my dick in the fucking in the front office. Dude.
You weren't doing nothing else.
How you doing?
What? Sean?
How you doing?
I'm
man?
doing all right.
All right.
The thing is, too, you can't complain to women about that because, like you said, like,
Right.
Because they're like, oh, the doctor hit on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, like, at the Carter Lake VFW, I was hitting on a bartender back in the drinking days and not getting anywhere. But there was a gay guy sitting at the bar, and we're both talking, like me, him, and her, having a good conversation. I'm pretty drunk. I go to the bathroom. The gay guy goes to the bathroom. I didn't realize this, you know, and he was kind of like whining to me about, oh, he's not getting any and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that sucks, you know. I'm not getting much either. And, you know, so I'm peeing, and I feel like a presence. And then I turn,
This
and
is way more aggressive.
this guy
Yeah,
is looking over my shoulder, and he goes, "You've got a nice one."
Oh,
And I like,
for real?
and I was like, I froze. Like, I felt gross. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was like,
no, this is how I
and
felt
not
walking
he
out.
was gay. Because somebody was invading my privacy.
It's a compliment. You got a nice dinger.
And
I'd like to see that.
I head out. I tell the bartender.
He might have to use the bathroom before we leave
yeah,
today.
yeah.
So.
You can creep on him. Apparently, he likes that.
Smells
Thank
like
you.
cum in here again. The bartender, I go out and I was like, I'm gone. I'm paying my tab. I'm like, I gotta go. I was like rushed, and she's like, why are you leaving? What's wrong? I was like, that guy looked at my dick in the bathroom, and she was like, oh, that's all he did. And I tried to tell other women about it. Like, can you believe he did it? Like, yes, we get assaulted all the time.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly.
they're like,
Only
"That's-
looked. Oh.
yeah.
One time, I've only ever went to that place over in Council Bluffs, the bookstore.
Oh, the Adult Emporium.
Yes.
It burned down.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
it's
dude,
gone.
It's been gone for
So
a
I
while.
was like
Yeah.
20-something. I went over there, and my buddy, you know, we're walking around. I'm like, holy shit, all this porn. And my buddy's like, here, take these tokens and go in the back room.
Oh no!
So,
did he?
all right. So I took the tokens back there and I go sit in one of these booths.
Oh, you dirty man.
And I put the tokens in. I'm like,
It smelled like
through
cum
the
in there.
channel.
For sure.
Yeah, it did for sure. I'm flipping through the channels trying to find something I prefer.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I hear a. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I keep switching the channels, and then I hear. So I'm like, look around the corner, and I walk up, and I open the door, and there's a dude out there. He's like, blowjob for $100. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I literally dropped my tokens and went and sat in the car. I was like, no, I don't want a blowjob for $100. I just want out of this.
That's a steep price.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, $100.
Especially back then.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Late 90s, man.
Yeah.
$100. I mean, he was toothless, but
And it's not like you're not in a position. You're going to take care of it yourself. So it's not
Yeah.
like.
That's what you're in there for.
It'd be more of a deal if you were like
There
at the
was
grocery
tissues.
store.
That is true.
Yeah.
You're at the grocery store like, $100 to get blown at the grocery store? Yeah, I wasn't expecting to come here. But like there you're already coming. So I mean it's not what's the advantage?
That is true. That is true. They do have people. When you started that story, I knew that you would get propositioned. Do they have
I
people
did.
that
It
just
was
hang out
crazy.
there? I think.
The old under the stall.
The
Foot
foot
tap.
tap.
Oh,
yeah.
forgot about that. That was like a big thing.
That was
for
a
a while.
senator, right?
Yeah, up in
Yeah.
Minneapolis. At the airport bathroom.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was airport bathrooms.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like.
And his excuse was he was a wide stance pooper.
I fucking dare you to stick anything under my fucking stall, and I'll stomp your fucking leg off. So I'll just start stamping it in.
I
dude,
used
the
to do
ground.
it to buddies for fun, like
I'll break your leg, dude.
Davis, when you pooped your pants, did you have a wide stance or?
No, I was sitting.
he was all squinched up.
I was definitely sitting, is what I was doing. But yeah, I agree with the whole woman thing is what I've been thinking about since that happened, because I left, and there's no reason I should have felt shame. And I don't care if the guy's gay or not. I don't care if you're gay or not or whatever. But I felt like I felt dirty when I left, and I was like, oh, because for years, especially with the Me Too thing, and I don't give a fuck. Maybe I will get canceled. In my head, I'm like, some of the things that you hear are like, they got a movie part because this happened or whatever. And in my head, I'm like, but you got something out of it, because I'm not a woman, so I don't understand being in a position where there's someone of power holding that power over you or whatever. And like, you feel like there's no way, like me, I'm a nice guy. So I wasn't gonna be like, what the fuck, man? Why are you fucking talking to me like this? I'm not going to your workout in the morning so you can suck my dick.
That'd have been great if you did right there in the orthodontist, because they'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
When he was in your mouth, was he like one finger to, and then just sticks his fist in there? You're like, what? What the?
Oh, it slipped.
This is why I don't go to the dentist, dude.
Oh,
I just
is
have
that
my son
wrong?
there. He might have done that to my son, which then we have big problems.
Oh.
Yeah, then there's
Then we
something
have
else
big
going on.
problems.
Yeah.
What do you do when your dentist just double fish hooks you? You're like, whoa. I was just seeing.
What do you care? You're knocked out. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah, think what they do.
I mean,
We had a little Cosby
I don't know.
vibe there.
yeah.
That's true. But yeah, it was like, oh, this is what it was like a light bulb. Oh, this is what ladies feel like, and it wasn't even that aggressive. Like dudes get crazy with women, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, now I understand finally the questions I've been asking, because this guy just made me feel dirty because this guy wants. And don't get it mixed up. This guy wanted me to fuck him for sure. Me and Vinny talked about this. I'm a bear.
Yeah.
Because that's what I told him about that is about the frame that we have is we definitely don't want a bunch of twinks online coming, thinking about our titties coming everywhere.
Yeah,
So
he said
that's
that,
why
and
we
I was like,
moved it up.
I don't
So-
care.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he said.
That's what I said. I was like,
That's what
hey,
Vinny said too.
I was like, hey, I want that validation. I want to know that
Oh,
there's
yeah.
some dude out there jerking off to my
Listen,
big man titties.
That
Oh,
takes
yeah,
away money from
exactly.
my OnlyFans. So I don't want to I'm not. This is free. You're paying if you're looking at my tits jerking off. That's how it goes.
Next time you're there, ask him what brand prostate massager he has, if he likes it.
He's asking for a friend.
I feel like it only go one of two ways. One, he could get offended because he thinks I'm talking shit to him, or two, he get really into it. And judging by our other conversations, I'll be there for like 25 minutes and get a lot of recommendations on what prostate massager to use and if he can try it out on me.
Just like how to cook a
There
turkey.
is nothing wrong with that.
I'm married and I'm good. I don't want to, dude. Fuck. Whatever. Fuck it. I have a hemorrhoid for the first time ever in my life. I'm sitting here and I'm
shit.
fucking angry as fuck. I texted this
what's
guy
going
earlier
on.
today and he's like, "Oh, this is your first one?" Like, and it's the worst shit ever, dude. How irritating. And now I just feel like I pushed my poop, tried to poop too hard. I'm also fat. There's a lot of different things, dude. It's not cool.
So I've never had a hemorrhoid.
Yeah,
Is it
I
like
don't.
a butt zit?
No.
No.
It's like
a
blood.
cluster of fiery grapes poking on your ass.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's blood clots.
That's a good, yeah.
Oh, is
It's
it?
like a
Yeah,
blood
hemorrhoids
pooling
are-
in your O-ring, dude.
Hemorrhoids are like fat blood clots in your ass.
Oh, like varicose veins?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, I haven't looked at mine, but
Okay.
Well, for
yeah.
TikTok, keep an eye out. It'll be coming out soon.
I've always been described by the doctor that they're like a cluster of grapes.
Yeah, I feel like there's only one, but maybe I don't know. I can't see it.
I thought they were like a cocktail onion.
Mine might be that big.
I had them bad as a kid, and we had
As
them
a kid,
all through high school, all that shit.
were you constipated
Junior
a lot?
high.
I was he fucking chased around animals all goddamn day.
That's how you get hemorrhoids that way.
well, pushing big cows and
Oh, yeah, that's
sows
probably
and
true. Yeah, you're right.
dodging the pig cum.
Yeah.
Well, he
Right.
was eating a lot of squirrel and rabbit shit. So
It got so intense. There's a couple parts to this.
Oh Lord.
We had a very hometown farmy doctor, and he knows my dad well.
Oh, you got a broken arm? Let's pour some liquor on it.
So he's explaining to me what they do for hemorrhoids. He's like, the cream, this will take them down. He's like, if they get bad enough, sometimes we band them. And I was like, band them? Like, what do you mean? He's like, like goat nuts? And
oh,
he's
what
like,
the fuck, dude?
he's like, we just put a rubber band on them. They'll fall right off like
What
little
the
goat
fuck,
nuts.
dude?
You never heard of that?
Now I think
No,
they
I knew about goat nuts, but I have a hemorrhoid right now, and I can't
Get the rubber bands
It's
out.
not that big. You can't band it. You can't. It falls off.
And then so they have pills. You don't want this, the suppositories, where you actually shove the pill up in your ass, and then it melts in your ass, and that's the medicine. So you have to. So I was a kid. I was like, I don't know, 5th grade. I'm in the bathroom. I'm crying. I'm naked. My hemorrhoids are real bad. My mom's standing outside the door coaching me. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I pushed it in there a little. I was like, ugh. And that's when I was a Christian and real afraid. I was like, so she's standing around the door and she's like, Tyler, just put it in there.
You're like, I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
I did one jam and then I puckered up and it literally shot and hit the wall. My little Christian ass just straight rejected it. And then I was crying. I was like, I don't want to put it in my butt.
Get out, devils.
Wow.
Dude.
Get witch for real. Just to start, get witch hazel.
What's
Get those
that?
little gauze pads at Walgreens.
Yeah.
And they have witch hazel there. And it's kind of the natural cures way. And put witch hazel, cut up a quarter of it. My family's real versed
Herbal.
in hemorrhoids. And
That's not where I thought that was going.
cut them up into
Yeah,
little
I mean-
corners, soak them in the witch hazel, and then literally push it in your butt. Like not in, but like right around the deal and leave it in there.
Get some preparation.
I'm going with
age.
I got I'm sauced up real good right now.
Yeah,
I got
you
some
stick
cream
the
on
tube
that
up there.
shit.
You give
We'll
it a
see what
squeeze.
happens.
You're good.
Go all out.
So what I really
witch
wanna
hazel
see-
that bow.
No.
I want to see you put like a. Have you seen those earwax candles?
Yes, yeah.
Put one of those in your ass.
Light it on fire.
Yeah,
Draw the hemorrhoid out.
exactly.
I could give it a try.
We're not doing that on the camera. You can say that for your Tyler's TikTok.
It's really just a
Just
wake up
fills
call.
up like a balloon.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
It's really just a wake up call. I need to be healthier, because there's no. I'm like,
Eat more
why?
greens.
Why do I have this shit? I don't have people rooting around in my ass like this motherfucker over here.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you need to get some.
So like, I don't know. It's terrible, dude. I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
You need some saliva down there.
Is that the natural?
That's what keeps them away.
I'm just saying, I haven't had them
You're
since
just
I
an
moved to Omaha.
orthodontist away.
I haven't had them since I bought a Yaris.
Hopefully it goes away soon because it makes me real angry. Just all the time, I just feel angry.
Are you getting like the full out? Like, did you get period pants?
Wait, is it bloody? No, it's not bloody. It's not bloody.
You're
you'll
doing
be
all
all
right
right
then.
then.
yeah, it's
yeah.
just swollen, dude.
You're being a
I
pussy.
feel like it's.
Hey, he's a butt virgin. Leave him alone.
I feel like I don't want to take a shit. Like it's blocking my butthole, dude. Like if that's gonna hurt real bad, and I got to push again. That's gonna make more hemorrhoid, dude. It's a mess.
It's like the Untamed Shrews joke.
Yeah, it is. No, you're right.
I'm guessing you have innies then,
If
if they're not bleeding.
Oh no, it's an Audi.
Oh, it's an Audi?
Yeah, because my wife said something about sticking shit in my butt because I think she just wants to stick shit in my butt and like stick inside like a suppository or something. And I was like, no, that shit's on the outside, man. So, or at least that's where it hurts.
Tyler, get down there. Give him a check. You're the local hemorrhoid expert.
Yeah, if you clean it, I'll let you borrow something. Hope they're not out of Lysol wipes still because of COVID.
I got some at home.
I got a bunch too. Yeah, so I've had a eventful
This
week
is
since
the
our last time.
Discovering Yourself podcast.
Yeah, no shit.
That's a good name for
Good
it.
title.
I'm gonna write that. I might name this episode that.
we haven't titled them for a while.
That is true. So, what else has been going on? What have you been up to?
I just got back from a comedy festival in Sioux Falls.
This last weekend or last week?
Yeah, this weekend.
Oh,
I
a festival.
I just drove straight from there here.
Oh, no
really?
shit?
Yeah, I was in
Oh.
Sioux Falls 2 nights and then headed here.
See, he does love us.
I know he does.
I haven't even been to my girlfriend's house yet.
Wow.
Just came straight to see Davis.
Oh, look at that.
You also told me before the podcast she asked you the name of it, and you said you didn't know. Which I respect that.
Its name was Stephanie.
I didn't know this was a festival.
Yeah, it was 2 nights. Sioux Falls Snow Jam Festival. They give all the proceeds to Special Olympics.
Oh, nice.
I was on 2 good shows. I was on a debate show Friday night, which I did not.
A debate show?
Yeah.
Yes,
How does that
so,
work out?
like festivals always do concept shows, and I don't like concept shows. typically. Like, you don't do your regular set. They want you to prepare.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You don't like concept shows, but are you getting to the part where you were in rollerblades on stage? All right. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Continue.
Don't flip to the end of the book.
So like so everybody gets. There's some cons. I've occasionally been on one that's okay, but this one they want you to prepare. And like I was debating creamy peanut butter versus crunchy peanut butter.
Oh,
So
you
you-
should have been here for the Greg Warren episode.
You go up in 2 rounds. You go up with your partner. You get 3 minutes to give your argument for creamy peanut butter. They get theirs to do crunchy. And then, like, Cameron was on that show.
Oh, okay.
He was like bone-in wings, traditional wings, and the other person was boneless.
Gotcha.
And then
And they assign that to you? Like you didn't get a pick, Crunchy?
yeah,
or
they
creamy?
assign it to you like a week before.
Gotcha.
Oh, so you have time to prepare.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
Cameron's texting me all week like, "Have you got your stuff prepared?" And so I'm like, "No." I'm like, not at all. I'm the guy that, like in college, I had a law class where the paper was 3/4 of your grade. This end project. Everybody had these elaborate videos, and I did one PowerPoint, and it was on divorce and policing, and I made the ex-cop professor cry. And then he gave this presentation on how I should join the program and be a cop. And
No way.
What?
And I wrote it like right before class and just BS that shit. So I'm driving up to Sioux Falls. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm like, I've got my rollerblades on me. So nobody knew I put them on. Sold out room. They call me up. There's chairs on the. I just was about wrecking over people. They call my name and I come zoom, flying out of the back hallway, go through all these chairs, get up on stage, and I say nothing about the rollerblades. I told the host, I said, don't acknowledge this at all. And then I got on stage with the other guy, and these things are they make you like 6 inches taller than the other
sure.
dude.
You're tall enough as it is.
Towering over this
Yeah,
guy.
and this guy's already like 5'4",
And how tall are you?
6'4".
So you throw another 5-6 inches on top of that.
Yeah.
You're almost 7 foot.
Did this guy just leave? Shut up.
Yeah, so I went first, and I just did this whole thing about my whole thing for creamy peanut butter. All I did was I went through. I said like I had a truck, and now I'm a 300-pound man, and I drive a Yaris. And then I talked about giving up like a $60K office job for donkey basketball, and then all these things. And then at the very end, I said, and just like these rollerblades and what I just said, crunchy peanut butter makes no fucking sense.
That's great.
And then he gave his rebuttal, and then I just completely on the fly the next one did. All right, so when I get my fishing poles and my rollerblades on and I head down to the river and I'm on those trails, I don't want it bumpy. I don't want rocks in my way. I don't want chunks. And then I was like, I want it smooth and creamy. When I go there, and just total horse shit the whole way. And
Yeah,
then
but that's fucking great.
Oh,
dude.
that's awesome.
he kept giving peanut butter facts, and then I was like, the last one I had was when you're power washing hog barns, you don't want chunky shit. Like, it takes way longer to clean. So I never talked about peanut butter. And then at the end, people are just like, that was awesome. The guy's
yes, dude.
The guy's like, how long did you prepare for this? I was like, I grabbed my rollerblades.
You're
the
like,
back
when
of
did
the
this
yard.
fucking set start?
Do you think this shit was prepared?
Well, that, my friend, is why you're a little bit better comedian these days than other people, you know, of your like same class or these festivals you go to. I mean, obviously your brain was working on a higher level than that guy. Because you
Let's
know
just say
that guy
different.
sat there and looked up peanut butter facts, dude. He didn't know that shit.
Oh, yeah.
He prepared for like a
He
week.
studied that.
And then Cameron, Cameron wore a judge's gown. He was doing traditional
nice.
wings.
Oh, Lord.
Cameron had a
I like
legit
that.
judge's gown, and then he wore his girlfriend's like white stocking cap beanie.
That's great.
And then he did the whole thing in character. Like he had this, and it was like an Australian accent. It wasn't even, he did like 2 different characters. He did not break once.
That's awesome.
He did like 7 minutes talking in this accent. Nobody knew how he talked when it was over.
Really?
He just walked
So
out.
they walked up and talked to him normally. They're like, who the fuck is this guy?
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the only Omaha guys were me and Cameron. And then we had
I feel like you guys
showing.
represented
Yeah,
it was
very well.
It was
For
fun.
sure.
And then Dylan taught a class, the backline guy.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like, we were talking afterwards, and he's like, I never go to a festival where the Omaha people don't have a good showing.
That's awesome.
Like, I like going and then seeing like, oh, we're kicking out some good things. It was fun. It was a good.
So
time.
was that like judged or was it just for fun?
just audience judged?
applauding, yeah.
But it wasn't. Yeah, it was just kind of a whatever deal. I didn't even win. I mean, everybody went for chunky peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it is better.
But it just, I didn't
Those
care. It wasn't
bitches.
about.
Oh, you like creamy?
No.
I like crunchy the best. I like
mean,
pulp in my OJ.
Yeah,
I like
crunchy's the
TJ's
best.
peanut butter. TJ Miller's peanut butter was the best.
Yeah, but I wouldn't classify that as peanut butter.
It's
It was like
crunchy
a snack.
peanuts and
It's peanuts chopped up with cherries in it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, dude, it was
it's
so.
yeah,
I
phenomenal.
put it on toast the first time, and it's almost impossible to spread. Like, you're just tearing the bread because that's how chunky, like, it's like peanuts just diced up and thrown in a fucking jar. But it, like, there is a kind of a butter to it, but not much.
No.
And then I came into work, and he was like, "Oh, I just been spooning it into my mouth." And I was like, "Oh, no shit." And that night I went home, and I was just like, I fucking ate the whole thing, dude. It was so good.
And that's what TJ was telling everybody when they were buying it. They're like, "Oh, so
Yep.
I just make it PB&J or what?" He's like, "No, just eat it out of the jar."
It's super
And he
good.
said, and that one with the cherries is like peanut butter and jelly in the jar. So just scoop it out and eat it. And I did, and it was.
I would like that on celery.
Oh, dude,
It
it
would
would
be
be
good on
super
celery.
good on
Yeah.
celery. But I'm going to stand by that it's not peanut butter. It's some new futuristic
Kind of
peanut butter.
Nutella-ish.
No,
it's not
No,
creamy at
liquidy.
all.
There's no cream to it hardly at all.
At all.
It's like a natural, like an organic peanut butter. You know, like those
That's-
weird ones where it
yes.
separates and shit.
Those
Yep.
are the best, though.
They're good,
Oh.
but it's kind of like that. And so you have to stir it up to get it all together. But yeah, so there's like a very light creaminess of peanut butter, but it's more chunky and you're chewing it more than anything.
I
Go to his
love it.
website and buy some.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I might. I love everything about peanuts. It's just
Yeah.
the easiest.
Yes.
Shell peanuts, anything. George Washington Carver's the man.
Yes, he is. Yes, he fucking is.
Iowa State, baby.
Why do I keep hearing penis?
Because you
I love
want to.
penis.
Love peanuts. my girlfriend gets pissed off because I love getting bags of peanuts. And when we're at the store,
You just throw the shells
I'll
everywhere?
go get a bag of them. I go,
Like
God.
Texas Roadhouse.
We'll be at the register and I'll go, God, I love peanuts.
Big old bag of dicks.
Peanuts are great.
Oh, like I'm the type of person where Texas Roadhouse is right up my fucking.
Oh,
alley.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's one of those
I
where
coulda guessed that.
people
They
are like,
don't
I
do
don't really
that.
like the food. I'm like, yeah, but we can go
do you
toss
mean?
peanuts around.
They don't do that
They
right
still
now.
they still have
COVID.
peanuts.
You can't toss your peanuts everywhere?
No.
No, they have a bucket on your table for you to put your shells in.
Oh, I could see them throwing your COVID shells all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not opening them with your mouth, are you?
Speak for yourself. That's where the salt is.
Well, I mean, my kids used to just eat put a whole peanut. And just crunch it. Oh yeah.
I like
the
leaving
dirt,
a
dude. It's
little
good
bit
for
of
you.
shell on it.
Oh yeah.
I like a little, like purposely just leaving a little.
Once
chunk
again,
on it.
the guy who eats
Eats
apple
apple cores.
cores. Of course, you're eating peanut shells, dude.
I went to Five Guys in Vegas, and they were making because they do the peanut thing.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But you had to go ask them, and they would go in the back and get you because of COVID they prepackaged little paper bags of them. Five Guys in Omaha, it's still a free for all pig fest in there.
Because we don't care here.
I don't
Big
understand. You're not eating the meat of the peanut is protected. So,
But like at Five Guys, you're digging. People are serving themselves.
you're right. They are serving
Texas
them. Yeah, you're
Roadhouse,
right.
they bring you a basket, or don't they? They set a bucket there.
Yeah, they have a bucket. Yeah.
At
and they
your
could
table,
probably,
yes.
but Five Guys,
Five Guys,
is
you're
just
right.
a
You do get
trough.
it. Yeah. That does make more sense. You're correct.
Texas Roadhouse used to have the bucket where you just scoop it.
Damn.
And I would assume shells are okay for your stomach. Probably help you out.
Go right through.
Yeah, so give you some, I don't know.
Hemorrhoids.
I just found out recently that, especially in the olden days, pregnant ladies crave to eat dirt. And I've been asking my wife because she doesn't crave to eat dirt.
I thought they
like,
crunch on ice.
You want to fucking eat dirt? I learned this watching that show, The Great, about Catherine the Great. She gets pregnant in it. She starts eating dirt. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I Googled this shit and looked it up. And they said that's a real craving and that dirt actually does have like nutrients that protect your stomach and shit.
yeah.
Like that for real, like it's not a bad thing for you to eat dirt. And so then because I found this out and my wife doesn't want to eat dirt, I'm like, hey, you should eat some dirt. It's good for the baby. And I keep trying to get her to eat dirt, but she won't.
She
so.
won't.
There's no good dirt to eat anymore.
You don't think so? Nowhere?
Where? It's all, especially in your fucking suburbs.
Well, yeah,
That
but
shit's had more rich people fertilizer and bullshit.
I've been
on
driving
it.
to Colorado a lot the past 2 years. There's nothing out there. There's some good dirt out there.
Yeah,
There's
for sure.
great dirt out there.
It's nothing but dirt.
It's everywhere.
Well, when
What
my
about
bitch
the
wants
dirt
to
they
eat dirt, we start driving west.
Around North Platte, there's fucking good dirt out there, dude.
That's sand.
What about the dirt they put like night crawlers in?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's good.
I eat it.
Wait, what?
The night crawlers or
That
the dirt?
grosses me out. Think of it.
Both.
You're supposed to use the night crawlers to catch the fish and eat the fish. You're doing it backwards.
I feel like that's potting soil, for plants that they put the night crawlers in. It's real dark dirt.
Well, sure, eat that then.
It's probably got good nutrients.
Yeah.
That's probably good for you, Sean. You have a glow, dude.
Just go to Home Depot. They got
do.
bags of the shit.
I lost 15 pounds eating.
Eating dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt and worms.
They have glow worms.
Glow worms.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you can buy.
yeah, I had one when I was little, dude.
Like a tint to them.
I did.
With the hard plastic head and the green
and
body.
It glowed,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I put it down my pants all the time. My parents didn't like that shit.
I bet not.
No wonder you have hemorrhoids.
When I was a kid, my neighbors they had a car battery. An old fish. People don't use this. It's not safe. But to get night crawlers, you have an electrical cord like Jimmy rigged to a metal pole.
You stuff it
And
in
like
the ground.
ground.
and then hooked to a battery, and then they put it in the ground. And then worms just rise everywhere.
What?
You just
Yeah.
shock them out of the dirt.
Oh, there's
They just
got to be
fill a
YouTube
bucket
videos
and-
on this. I'm gonna have to watch.
for sure.
This all
I had
night.
one. I got one in a pile of shit at a sale once when I bought fishing stuff at an auction.
The wormer?
And-
E-wormer?
It had a old battery deal hookup, and this old guy walked by. He's like, "Throw that thing away before you fucking kill yourself." He's like, "Don't use that. They're janky. Like these guys would just take a metal rod, duct taped up to this extension cord, plug it in, and stick it in the dirt, and then head to the river. And I mean, hundreds rise. They just all
I
rise
think if
out of the ground
Davis
slow.
did that in his ass.
I'm gonna save that. If by Thursday or Friday I'm still flaring up pretty bad, I might try that.
You should have. What's the shit they put on warts?
Compound W?
Liquid nitrogen.
No.
No, you go to the store and buy fucking whatever I just said.
Don't even get me started on warts. I had them really bad as a kid.
I could tell.
Kissed a frog.
Playing with frogs.
Oh yeah.
You seem kind of greasy.
Greasy. Is that it, Polly? How many warts in total did you have?
A lot.
Like
So-
all over your body?
Well, no, it was like on my forehead and on my hand, and I have major scars from them.
Oh, really?
Did they
Oh, yeah.
nitrogen them?
Yeah.
I had one
Drifting
burn
away.
off.
Really? I had a few
My
burn
butt
off.
hurts.
Like I had them
I'm on the
right
crack.
here and here.
This is a crack.
Well,
But-
you placed the table poorly
Yeah.
then.
What are you doing?
This guy's pulling me closer to him because I keep drifting away, and it's because there's a crack over here that split my butthole in half, and it hurts.
That should be the best.
No, it's like on my butthole.
There should be a
let
place
it
for it to
sit.
rest.
Let it sit in the crack. It's like those.
I'm too far away.
They
Apparently.
make those things. There's like little
A
donuts
donut,
that
yeah.
you put around your to elevate your.
Well,
I'm not sure if those are really for hemorrhoids, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh no, I think they are.
Yeah.
They spread your butt apart.
Well, no, it gives you up off the hemorrhoid, so you're not sitting on them.
I'll spread your butt.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. Can you just walk around and spread my cheeks apart for me?
You should cut a hole in your recliner. A hemorrhoid holster.
After this podcast, I'm just gonna sit on a bucket of ice, dude, when I get home. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sean.
Yeah.
I was getting scolded for my butthole.
Oh, it's all right. I mean, I had a lot of warts as a kid, but
How'd you get rid of them? Was it the liquid nitrogen?
It was a dermatologist.
They use the liquid nitrogen.
I don't. Where the hell is he going?
Who
He
knows?
has to take a shit.
He can go check out his hemorrhoids. So the dermatologist, how long did you have them then?
Quite a few years. Yeah. It was kind of crazy. I had quite a few. I had like all these clusters all over my hands.
Huh.
Yeah.
And so then you would touch your forehead and then they'd get on your head?
No.
Oh.
No.
Just like that. Do they ever? How do you get warts? You just get them. They just grow. Like I don't know. I only have hemorrhoids. I don't think I have any warts.
Did you like Sharpie a face on him? Talk to him.
Oh yeah.
Do that hand thing with make a mouth.
Like in South Park?
Could you transfer them to other parts of your body? Is that real?
I don't think so.
Well, my
I feel
dad.
like you've had warts for sure, dude.
I've
I
had one on
my
my hand.
dick once.
Oh, well, that's different. I
I-
think that's called a genital wart.
Yeah.
And
Well, it was
You
like
should
on
have,
the
made that lady
base
wash
of the
herself.
shaft.
That's-
wait,
that's
wait,
very-
what?
that's
it was where?
genital warty.
Wait, it's where the shaft
Whoa.
connected to your body.
Yes.
Oh,
You know,
that's a weird
wart?
spot.
Yeah, it was a weird wart.
Stop rubbing frogs on your dick.
They have big mouths.
Did you?
I'm afraid you might be too quiet. You might
Sorry.
get us up here and tell you about those genital warts.
Did they freeze that one off,
No, they
or
just
is it
cut
still there?
No, they cut it off.
And they didn't. Oof.
She was hot.
Did you have a boner?
Yeah.
No.
No bone.
It didn't feel good.
You weren't excited to have somebody else touch your dick?
Well,
Have you ever gotten a boner for the doctor?
only when he checked my prostate.
Fair enough.
Tyler?
I had a scare over COVID.
Of boner for the doctor?
No, of
Wart boner?
STDs.
Oh.
No,
STDs?
not like I'm always a worrier, and I've gotten checked several times over the years, but I had like some bumps coming up down there, and I was like, ugh. And this was in the heat of COVID, like when you.
Oh, they would have just said you had COVID.
When
for
you
sure.
had COVID, COVID makes your dick have bumps?
But like and I was expecting them to say, oh, like jock itch or something, but the doctor I went to.
We've never seen anything like this before.
The fuck is that?
This was when I got sober because I was getting pretty strung out and I was worried I had this happening. And then so I had to wait like a month to see a dermatologist. And my doctor freaked me out because he's like, oh, I don't know. Those could be a little foreign guy. I could barely understand him. He's like, oh, and like making me worried. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, my life's over. And I go in to the dermatologist and he takes one look and he goes, you got friction, big man. And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Yeah."
Friction, big man.
It makes me laugh so hard because I know how much you worry, dude.
I
You're
know.
just sitting there like, oh, I got fucking herpes, so I got cramps, and this guy's like, you're fat.
That's how my mom found out I wasn't a virgin. Not that time, another time. So I was in.
Continue. I don't know how.
Early 20s. Early 20s, I got into a rough one.
A rough lady?
Yes. Like, I'm talking rough.
Describe her.
Like bite your nipples?
Well, here's the thing. I met her at a local real scraggly bar.
She
I was
looked
a-
like Tom Selleck.
I was a fat guy, not getting laid much, and she had a full divot face. I mean, like for real, like I would take one look and be like, yes, this is an active meth head.
So, are
And
you
I-
talking about like it looked like someone walked across her face with cleats?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so George
Like-
Lopez.
I mean, like she was
George Sorry.
Just
sorry.
his nose. Just his nose.
Guess what we got coming up next month?
But this was the first skinny girl
Not
that
sorry.
the first skinny girl that ever wanted to touch my dick.
Yeah, meth will do
She
that.
wore a sundress. She wore a sundress.
A sundress?
She had like
I
braids.
guess you did say
easy
you're
access.
younger.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
yeah,
she
you're
was
right.
older, and I was like into that. Well, anyways, so I got blackout drunk that night. I wake up in the morning, and I'm in this bed. I can see the water tower out the window. I'm like, where am I?
Oh,
And,
no.
and there's this naked divot face next to me. And this is back when I still kind of worried about condoms. And I'm like, and she just rolls over and jumps on me. And at that time, I'd only been late a couple times. I was a way late bloomer. So I didn't know how to get sex. And I'm like, this has just happened. And I didn't have a condom.
Yeah.
So I was like, holy shit. So I went right with it. We do it. Then I hear an old woman's voice from the living room. We fucked in her mom's bed. She was back from Arizona taking care of her mom. And her mom was like with an oxygen tank sleeping on the couch.
Mom, you got to
So we
take
get
the
back-
oxygen to the living room.
So like already there's lots of red flags.
I brought home a suitor.
I'm sorry, this is a long story.
No, it's
Can I
great.
keep
No,
going?
it's
please
great.
don't stop.
Okay.
Continue. Yeah.
So we go. People play this. A lot of this has plagued a lot of my past.
This particular story.
Explains it a lot.
So I'm living in a trailer park in Ames with a bunch of people, and they're always having sex. I never was. This woman's like, "I'll come to your place and fuck you tonight."
Like the other dudes in the trailer park? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, and she's like, "I'll come fuck you tonight." I'm like, oh, "This is great." You know, like I'm getting it, and I'm just like total fog brained.
Right.
yeah, for sure.
But she looks janky. We go back there, and she keeps going outside. This is just some of the red flags I kept ignoring. But she kept sliding into like this little coin purse she had and walking outside. I find out later she was smoking meth. I didn't know this.
She loves counting her change, guys. It's crazy.
This was
Huge coin purse.
Every time after we fuck, she counts her change.
so we're
Must be your lucky pennies.
I have a kid had left I had a water bed in my trailer
Oh,
bedroom.
that's sexual, dude.
Oh,
Back in the
yeah.
day, dude.
And this thing was like, you know, when a fat guy jumps onto a blob at the lake and shoots somebody like
Oh,
40
yeah.
feet.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't keep her on the water bed. Like I'd have to like, whoa, hey, come here.
Get over here, you squirmy little.
So this was the next red flag. We fucked like 4 times. And this literally, I'd fucked 4 times in my whole life. And we just did it in like,
Oh, you hit the jackpot.
You doubled
on this
your
one,
number.
right? Yeah.
so she says, what should we do next? And I go, and I'm like shot. I'm like, and I said, you could give me a blowjob. And not shitting you, she goes, no, and bit my fucking lip.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your
Like,
dick.
No, I wish. No. She latches onto my
Would
lip.
like
Wait,
that.
did she have teeth?
Yes, she still had teeth. I don't. They could have
That
been
is a valid
dentures.
question.
She chomps onto my lip. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just like shell shocked. I'm fat.
Hell yeah. All you
I'm
did was
fat
ask for a
naked
blowjob.
I'm fat naked
naked.
on a beanbag. I'm like, oh. I'm like, what the hell? And she goes, I'm so sorry. And then goes down on me.
Wait, what?
Bit me.
And you were like, this is cool as fuck.
And this is so terribly true.
This
that
is
I
how
can't-
blowjobs happen?
So then she dives back in. And then I'm like, so at one moment, I'm like, this bitch needs to go away. And then I'm like, okay. So this goes on a couple weeks. And then my buddies are like, dude, stay away from this chick. Something's fucked up. And then she would like text me real fucked up stuff. She like was in Arizona. She was a sugar. She told me she had a sugar daddy that owned a strip club. He made her have threesomes. She was a stripper.
His buddies
all
are like,
stuff.
get away. He's like, why? She just counts her change after we fuck.
She's fun.
So, then she tells me, like, so I'm still ignoring all these signs. Like, she tells me that she
I mean, as of right now, that's a lot of signs, buddy.
Blissfully unaware.
well, then she tells me she has 2 kids, but the state took them.
no.
Oh, this is like weeks into it that you found this out?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like, I would tell her we're never going to do it again.
And
Then
she's-
I would get black out the bar, and people would see me getting led down in the alley. And like, so I'm like, I'm at work. We haven't even got to the nuts part. I'm at work, and this guy who's just kind of a weirdo, and they're like, "You're getting laid, Big T?" I'm like, "Holy shit, I want to see this chick." I'm like, "I don't have a picture of her." And he's like, "I'm gonna Google her. What's her name?" I was like, "You won't find her on Google. You won't find her." He's like, "What's her name?" I'm gonna Google her. I was like, "Why? She's not gonna be on Google." She was all over Google. Fucking.
Wait, what?
The first 3 pages were mugshot, mugshot, mugshot. She was actively on the run.
What?
She said she was coming up to take care of her mom because her sister got into some bad shit.
Yeah.
It was felony meth manufacturing, breaking and trespassing. All these gnarly ass mugshots all over
sure.
They were.
I was going to make fun of this guy for being like, let's Google her. Because I was like, back then you can't just Google anybody.
You could Google her.
Google
What
who the
is
fuck
her
you want.
name?
She had mugshot. I Googled her the other day. You can't find them now.
You were missing getting your lip bit
know.
before you got your dick sucked.
I still sometimes am afraid I'm going to find her naked cutting herself in my bed. And I don't, like, so, like, the reason I Google her every now and then is because it freaks me out. And so,
What, you think she's going to hunt you down?
yeah, we're not even to
You have a
that.
high, you have a real high fucking
Sounds like there's more to the
opinion
story.
of your cock, dude.
We're not even there, baby. So I find out then I finally get away from her. I'm like, all's good. And she had told me she had no baby parts. And like, it was pretty well known.
No baby.
And I'm like, I am
Hey,
like,
look, guy. It's cool. You can come in me. I don't have baby parts.
That's the technical term.
I meet this girl and she is like hot. She's the nicest. I'm like infatuated with her. I'm going to go trail riding, horse riding with her and these girls. I'm like, oh, having such a good day. We just get on the horses. I finally forgot about this crazy chick. And then I get a text from this old bar rat in town. And I get, hey, daddy. And I go, what? And then he's like, oh, Anna's up here at the bar drinking double shots saying she's having your baby.
Oh, fuck, no.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, yep, she's been telling her. And then I get other texts from other people. Why is Anna saying, guy said her name. Why,
Twice.
why?
She doesn't have a fucking
As
internet
far as I know, this
capabilities.
chick's floating in a river.
Yeah,
I
she
don't-
doesn't have internet capabilities, I'm telling you.
So I'm like, oh my God. And then I get other people like, yeah, she's saying she's having your baby. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, she can't have a baby. And then like other,
She ain't got no baby
said no
parts.
baby parts.
and then my buddy's neighbor is friends with her mom. Like, this rumor circulates enough that the neighbor Pam,
Wow.
Oh,
neighbor
fuck.
Pam comes over and is like, her mom says she don't got the baby parts. Like, she's not having your baby. And so everybody, this is going on. I'm like, Jesus Christ, is Freeman. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want her having my kid. But like, she is having my kid. I don't want her pouring whiskey on it.
And we wonder why this guy worries about fucking everything.
No shit. It's been built into him since back then.
No, Jesus.
Well, then another night at the bar, she comes in again, and my buddy, like, I did this. I'm blackout drunk again, and she tries to get with me or like come up to me. I'm like, stay the fuck away from me. And I freak out, and then my buddy just barrels in, and he's like, stay away from him, you crazy bitch, and goes on. She hits him.
Oh,
I'm having his baby, you son of a bitch.
And he waves a cop over and goes, get this crazy bitch. They hauled her away that night.
no,
She got arrested. So then I started peeing blood.
Wait, what?
I started peeing
Pissing blood.
Where this story got real long. The whole point of this was the STD thing.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I started peeing blood for a while. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, and my mom, or not my mom, but my doctor at first said, they're like, that's not really I'm like, well, I'm peeing blood. So I had the Q-tip. Was tested 3 times. And then I keep peeing blood. And then I have to tell my mom, I'm getting a test. And she's like, is there a reason for you to get an STD test? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, but you were safe, right? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, she's probably you're probably okay. I was like, she's pretty gnarly.
Your poor mom. Your poor, sweet mom, dude.
And then
the shit you put her through.
it turns out when they finally stuck a camera up there, he's like, oh, man, your urethra's closed in. He's like,
what?
Yeah, he's like, have you had some nut trauma? And I was like, well, I got stepped on by a horse in high school down there. And I got thrown by a bull. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's what happened. He's like, scar tissue's closing up your pee hole.
What
the fuck?
So I never had STDs. They had to just go up with a knife and cut out the.
You're like the Hank Hill.
He was.
He has a narrow urethra.
Yeah.
That's fucking. I didn't know that could
Wow.
happen if your balls get stepped on, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What if it's sealed up? Then what? All the pee and the cum and everything is just blow up like a balloon in there.
No, I don't know.
Probably die.
I mean, I just whenever I
It
peed,
just
it was
shoots
like
out harder.
whenever I peed, it was like really pushing, and then there'd be blood.
Oh.
And then, you remember the story I told about the cum hound girlfriend?
Yeah.
That's when, after that surgery, that's when I beat off a couple days after.
Oh.
And I bled all over in the toilet, and she's like, you beat off, didn't you?
Because you bleed?
Oh, like, I mean,
She
I
could
was
smell his
bleeding.
cum.
I was
Yeah.
bleeding out my, she
She was a cum hound like Tyler is.
she could smell it. But, like, if I would beat off in the shower, she would, like, come in there afterwards. She's like, you beat off in here, didn't you? I'm like, no. And like, I can smell it.
That's outrageous.
So
it's true.
So when you pissed, then I have 2 questions. So when you pissed, then did your stream like super narrow? Like was it hard to? I know you said
it
you
like hurt my I don't know that it was narrow, but like I had to really push
to get
like,
the piss out.
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Was it just like a little stream?
Yeah, you know, like when you take a garden hose and you squeeze it down and it gets stronger. So then you said that he asked if you had nut trauma. So was it like bound up like in your nuts, or was it your dick that was all?
It was my dick, but like it caused the whole thing was stepped on, but like it caused scar tissue to like build up in there.
So it wasn't just your balls; it was your dick and balls.
Yes,
that got
I'm
squished.
assuming.
Okay.
Like the time I got stepped on, there was 3 hoof prints on my jeans. There
Jesus.
was one on my shin, other shin, and then the other one caught my. I had one.
What are
right
you
on
doing
my
under
nose.
there, bud?
That's not a cow. Don't milk that.
I always love when local comics or like comics that aren't very good go up and they're like, they think they can just tell their crazy stories. And I don't want to be, but like I've lived a pretty fun life.
Yeah.
But they're always like,
Interesting for sure.
and then they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was at the DMV and like this lady was a bitch to me. And I was like, oh, bitch. And like, crazy story, huh? Motherfucker, try me. What's up? Anytime anybody tells me I got a crazy story, I'm like, I bet you don't. It's those people that don't think they have a crazy story that just are talking to you, and then you're like, you are the best person. Like,
Yeah, that is true.
give me a hug and talk to me for hours.
Right. That
Like
is
some
true.
people
That
that are
is
just
true.
telling like, holy shit, that happened to you. I love those people that don't think they have a crazy story. You're just like, whoa. I like weird.
They're just telling
fuckers.
I
Yeah.
agree. I think that's one of the reasons
You're attracted to 'em.
probably that you're into comedy, and one of the reasons we work at the Funny Bone for sure is we love that shit.
It's because we're jaded.
Yeah. Well, and I think I was like that. Obviously, working here has made me more like that, but I was like that before I came here, But working here is one of the things when I had another job besides here. When I go there, I'd sometimes say shit that I would say here or that we'd say on the podcast, and people just like look at me like, what the fuck?
What's wrong with you?
Are you talking about the job that it was kind of, it rhymes with ooh-haul?
Yeah, it could be a place like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say things, and it was more after I started working here because it was comfortable, working here and being able to just, I guess, almost like just be yourself. I guess because I'm real good. I've always worked customer service jobs for the most part. And I'm real good at like being fake as fuck. I've had the new Tanner that works up there, and a couple of the other door guys that aren't here be like, "Oh, you were using a fake voice up here." I think Andres was one, and I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "I'm being nice to
You
everyone.
have to.
That's what I'm doing." Because someone pisses you off. We're working in a customer service, and we come in and someone treats us like shit during sound check, and I'm in a bad mood. I can't be mean to like the servers or anyone there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you kind of got to fake it. And I grew up I was a very shy kid growing up. I would never fucking talk to anyone. I'm like that now. If I don't know people, for the most part, I'll just be kind of quiet too. Like Ty Walsh was here for a while, months.
We didn't talk forever.
Yeah, and I'd say hi to him or whatever, but we weren't fucking friends. And he said he thought because of my profile pic and stuff on Facebook that I was some like lame ass comic, like trying to fucking just hang around and
I
shit.
thought he was like
Which
a
I
local
get
weirdo.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
then
you're not funny, so.
But yeah, we didn't talk.
He's
for
emotional
months.
over here.
We didn't talk. I think we started talking
Yeah.
when you asked me about the podcast.
Maybe that's
at
what
the
it
very-
was, and then we just kind of hit it off from there. And now, and that's kind of how I roll everywhere. Is I'm a little bit gun shy, I guess, at first, and then
Yeah.
And that's how I am at comedy festivals. Like some
Yeah.
people are just network.
Right,
Oh,
right.
hey, you, hey. And I'm just like, do my set, stay in the corner, wait for somebody. I just can't go up to you and just.
yeah, I like to feel people out.
There has
for
to
sure.
be something that comes up. And usually the first person to come talk to you somewhere is the weirdest motherfucker.
That is true.
That's because they're the weird outgoing ones.
Like when you go to open mics, the first person to talk, the people you want to be friends with don't talk to you until they know you.
yeah.
The first person to come up to you and befriend you is the one that has no friends in comedy because they're not funny. And they're the first one
They're
to be
trying to
like,
make friends.
Here's a new. It's like when a new kid moves to a school.
Yep.
Yes.
The first they always have the weirdest friends at first.
That is
because that's
true.
all they know, and those are the people begging for a new friend.
That is true.
Yep.
And then later on, they're not friends with any of those people. Then they're cool.
Yeah.
I love giving fake names out in real life when like people like are talking to me and I'm like, I want nothing to do with this person. I'll just tell them a fake name. I did that when I first started here. If someone would ask me my name out there, I didn't know why they were asking me that, and it
Yeah.
happened a few times.
You have a fake name. You're Davis Peacock.
That's true.
That's my real name. I remember one time it was out here, and it was some lady asked me my name, and the hallway was all clogged, and I didn't know why, and I said my name was like Philip Beeges or something, and then I told Colleen and Daisy, I was like, so just so you guys know, if like someone ever like says something about someone that doesn't work here, but they think they work here, they're probably talking about me because I give a fake name out a lot. So, and they were like, oh, okay, and I was like, oh yeah, I belong here.
And see, I just don't talk to new comics all the time because I think maybe I'm jaded, but I don't know if I'm going to see him again.
That's true.
You know, and even if I do see him, you know, what am I going to see him? Once a month, once every 6 months? You know, it depends on how often they come around. So I don't even really get to know them until they've been hosting here for a while.
Yeah.
And even then, like your first hosting gig, you know, I'll talk to you and be cordial to, make sure you're not fucking up. but then after, but I may not see that person again. So it's like, why bother, investing time in this person that I'm probably never going to see again?
And part of my thing when I first came here is I came all the time. You were
Right.
the first
That is
one
true.
that made me comfortable because you're like, dude, no, you're past. Walk in there.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, oh, okay. And then I just started coming all the time.
Because I saw you more often. I
Yeah,
saw
you
you all
did.
the time. So I was like,
Then I
and then he
started,
smelled the cum.
because some people ask me, like, how'd you get friends, where you could just go there all the time? Like, well, I got the servers high. I got, that was back when I was just like rolling joints, like everybody getting out of the parking lot. I just
Fuck,
made
I
friends.
missed that.
You missed it, Sean.
He said the servers, not the door guys.
Dude, he would be my best friend.
But that comedy scenes, like bigger scenes, Chicago. I found that when I moved to Chicago because I was there 3 months.
Right.
You don't get anywhere because so many people move into places in and out, in and out. It's not worth your time.
To get to be friends. with-
They want to see you there over and over and over again
Yep.
before they really take you seriously because they have so many people come
True.
in and come out, come in and come out.
I don't learn servers' names for a month, and I don't learn kitchen kids' names for 3 to 6 months.
I still call the one guy Man Train. I don't
Yeah, see,
really
and
know.
I
Is he
and
still here?
I don't know.
Oh,
his
yeah,
real-
he's back.
What's his real name?
I'm not gonna Mason maybe.
yeah, but
Fuck him.
but see, but when you guys were telling me about him the first time, I was like, who? And then you're like, this kid. I'm like, describe him, because I know I've seen him and I've worked with him, but fuck, I don't know who half these kids are. And just like with the servers, like, oh, who's this? There's a new server. Oh, okay. And then somebody's like, oh yeah, that's this person. She's in this section. I was like, I don't care. If she makes it 2 months, then maybe I'll learn her name.
Aren't
Right.
all the servers named Candace?
No,
That's fucked up on so many levels.
I didn't even think about it like that.
On so many levels. No, there is one.
Yeah, we have a Candace.
Sean doesn't work that much in his defense.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Every 3 weeks.
That's what it is.
Brian was telling me, which I agree, on the last episode we did 51 with Richard, that we didn't explain a lot on that one. I think we've been doing a pretty good job on this one of explaining a lot of things. Brian was like, you guys started eating snacks, and I didn't even know what was going on. I just heard a bunch of guys going,
Just one guy.
And for those of you that don't know, Brian's the chef here and the dungeon master.
Both of those are true.
I tried bringing something else to share with everybody this week, but nobody wanted to.
What'd you bring?
What'd you bring? Is it your
Pa-
prostate
pass
massager?
around the massager.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I
Can't
wanted
share that, dude.
You can't.
Haven't you
with,
learned anything from all of your escapades
I know,
at the
right?
doctor's office?
You can with Lysol wipes.
Oh, that makes it so much better.
I mean, yeah, I guess that does kill the germs.
But here's the thing: we each got a clean finger.
Come here.
Little
If-
choo-choo train action.
Yeah, everything you. I love doing this. Every time you go. I hope my girlfriend never listens to this.
Or at
She
least
can't,
watches.
you don't know the name
I'll
of
just
it.
be there. I'll be like, come here. Come here. Because if you Google about it, it just says she just needs to curve her finger up like this and then do the come here motion.
This is on your prostate?
Yeah.
Wow. I can't even think. I couldn't even think about something being in my butthole right now. It's blocked.
She says her fingers aren't long enough. She's like, you got a long butthole.
Is that
I mean,
natural
it
or
makes sense.
post bullhorn?
Yeah, was your butthole shorter before?
I don't know.
This dude, one time when we were working door, we were walking up the stairs with the trash cans, and he fucking did like a shimmy and backed his ass into me, and it got caught on my belly, and he was like doing some kind of like little shimmy dance, and it was shaking me, dude, and I was stuck, like we were stuck together. And I was like, I don't know what's going on right now. And I just couldn't stop laughing, dude, because I was shaking. It was
on
great.
the steps.
That was crazy. Just at the very top of the steps, dude. It was crazy.
Man train?
It was fun. Yeah, it was. It was
a man
sort of
train.
a man train, dude. We were missing the man train to add as a caboose.
That might have been when I first started doing the Vyvanse dance.
Oh, that might have been.
I was having pretty fun. I was
So
I was
what
going
now?
on some when I first started my ADHD meds, Vyvanse. I was real fun here. I was like feeling that extra. I would like shimmy up to the booth where he was in front of people and go Vyvanse dance. Fucking eyeballs are like this.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were.
I have not experienced
Yeah.
that.
And like, fuck, dude, my balls that shit. He'd be like, let's see him. He blames us for these behaviors.
I know,
also,
right?
By the way,
No.
he was a.
No, we just made it feel comfortable.
I agree that I feel the same way before I worked here. You know, I was lost out there talking crazy to people, and I came here, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you belong, hey
It
brother."
all fits in. It all makes sense.
Come on in, guy. You're fine here.
So if you're out there and you're feeling a little lost, like you're out there talking to the walls and talking to the trees and no one's answering you, come on up, fill an application, especially for door guys.
And if you just
yeah.
want to get in at the funny bone, get the server's eye, ask Davis to see his wiener.
And if you don't know which one is Davis, just ask everybody.
That's not my name.
How's the guy see Davis's wiener around this place?
All the hands go up.
I'm so glad I started before Davis.
These guys thought I was a black guy when I worked here. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's fucked up of you guys, dude.
I didn't think you were a black guy.
Oh yeah, you guys. Oh, maybe it was Ryan. Sean told me that for sure. You're like, look at your name. Like rude.
Well, I don't know half the people's last names anyways.
That is true.
Yeah, like I know, like for years I just knew servers and other door guys, even last names. Like Ryan, like I didn't know his last name for fucking ever, and then he followed me or he friended me on Facebook.
It was
and I was
Stinky.
like, yeah, and then I was like, who the fuck is this? And I clicked on it and I started scrolling through pictures. Like, oh, that's your last name? I had no fucking clue.
oh, Peacock.
No, not yours.
Wolf.
Oh. The Wolfman.
Yes, the Wolfman.
Wolfman.
The fucking Wolfman.
I don't
Oh,
know
someone
that
that we should have on here that I thought about today is that Tommy dude who used to work here. It was in a band that
Oh,
traveled
yeah.
across like
Yeah, yeah.
fucking Europe and shit, dude.
Tommy
He's like-
Hanlon.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the
He'd
one
be
that-
a great guest to have on here, man.
How about, there's a bunch, like Ryan Berg. He's
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy who quit.
I never
because
really worked with him. Yeah.
He quit the night someone threw a bottle at his head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
he was.
'cause I came in on that night to fill in because we were sold out, and I get a call. We're watching Star Wars with the kids at home and introducing them to the movies, and I get a call like, "Hey, can you come up here?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Yeah, Ryan just left," and I'm like, "Oh, all right, I guess." And they're like, "Yeah, we're sold out. We need somebody else," and nobody else is answering their phone. So
threw a bottle at his head.
yeah,
Hell yeah. Some
He was,
roadhouse
he,
shit.
he's
recovering.
recovery, and someone threw a beer bottle at his
That'll.
head. He was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah,
Did you say rodeo shit?
No, Roadhouse.
Oh, Roadhouse.
You know,
Well,
where
he
he's
was
behind
having-
the cage.
No,
Yeah.
I thought he said, that this place is gonna drive him to drink again.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I could
oh, yeah.
see that shit for sure, dude.
Oh yeah.
Well, and we were working New Year's Eve. It was his first New Year's Eve, and he was
Oh, no
working,
shit.
and he left the show had ended, but we hadn't done the toast, and everybody's handing out all the champagne and all the shit like that. And then he was like, "Yeah, I gotta go." We're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I just can't be around this with all this
Yeah,
stuff
that-
going
yeah.
on. It's starting to bring too much up." And I'm like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here, then. We don't need you no more."
Yeah, I mean, that's totally, that's
Yeah.
his prerogative and shit, and maybe, that was probably a wise decision for it.
Yeah.
It's good for him, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, that he knew that inside of himself
Right.
that he wasn't going to be able to control if that's the path he was trying to take, So I never really I met him, but I never really worked with him because that's kind of when I was in the front
Something
and
to ticket booth.
taking a break a little bit from doing door guy, and I was doing the ticket booth a little bit, and so I didn't really get to work with him a lot, but I heard he was a good dude to work with, and he was great around here. So it's unfortunate we lost him, but some people they have to do different things, man.
Everybody comes and goes.
I know.
Good thing he wasn't on the pod.
Why? What are you trying to say, dude?
When this I'm at the point now where I can be around stuff, but when we first started, it was fun to get fucking fucked here.
Yeah, but I feel like also we don't get. I mean, obviously the last D&D one I got real fucking drunk, but I
Yeah,
feel like
you guys
we don't get super hammered. I fucking stumble on my words a lot, but it's because my brain's going way. I get fucking too hyped up about what we're doing, and I talk too fast, and it's not because I'm fucking wasted. But I enjoy a drink or two around here. You
Those couple times we had like the bottle.
Oh, we got
Buffalo
fucking
Trace.
Well, but
and-
those
yeah.
were the special holiday ones.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, I had.
The regular ones
Yeah.
we don't.
No, those are super fun.
And I've never been to one.
That's true. That is true.
Because you guys always had it when it wasn't in town.
Drinking doesn't tempt me, but like when I smell the weed, I'm like,
I
God,
bet that would be a
love
hard
to-
one for me.
I would love to lose this whole week.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But that's the thing, because I couldn't just have a smoke here.
No,
and
right.
then
You'd
I'd
be like, oh yeah.
I'd be on my phone like, hey, meet me at the
Down under the
next
bridge
thing
by
I
the
know, I'd
river.
be fucking.
Well, again, that's good that you know that you're aware of it, dude.
So you would lose your whole week from weed?
Well, yeah, you can just
I'm-
hide.
I mean, inside
Hide out.
myself, like I would do, like I would remember things, but I mean, just
Yeah.
get
I
high
see. I know what
every-
he's saying because
I would sm-
partake.
I
Yeah.
would smoke an eighth in a day and a half.
That's a lot.
Oh,
I mean, I was.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, I was going through. If I bought, like, I couldn't buy, where people are like, just buy a half and have it for 2 weeks, or those people that are like,
I think
oh,
smoking an eighth in a day is a lot.
An
Fucking
eighth
Bob
lasts me a
Marley.
month.
Yeah, I don't think an eighth would ever last me a month. Listen, I fucking partake. That's not a fucking secret. And
Bobby.
and there's definitely been times where like I check myself where I'm like, oh, like you said, like I'll lose a couple days. Not that I don't remember them, but I'm not motivated to do shit because I fucking smoke and it'll be usually like either I'm down or something. So to fucking hide out from people, I'll fucking smoke and just chill and do my own thing. Because I do that anyway without doing it. And so I have to check myself and be like, this needs to be more of like a ritual thing is how I like to think of it. Like it's a reward for doing this other shit. It helps me relax at night, shit like that. So I try not to do it, all day, every day, shit like that because
Yeah, you work hard.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Thanks, buddy.
I would get wax, and then I was taking a little.
I mean, that's
nectar.
real aggressive too.
I was taking a nectar collector and a little torch to work at the grain elevator.
Dude, you're going to fucking get
And-
stuck in the grain, dude.
And I would do dabs all day.
That's-
And like I would do it to where
That's aggressive.
my head would go like I could hit a dab to where my head would do like
Wah,
a
wah, wah. Yeah. Yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
and they'd call me on the radio most of the time and be like 10 minutes later, which bin did you say? And they're like, Big T, where are you doing? I'm like, cleaning.
What are you doing?
I mean, that's aggressive starting your day with dabs. I mean, that's
Oh, yeah. I
it's
mean,
the
I was-
potent stuff.
I was finding a way to abuse weed.
I mean, you can't. I mean,
Yeah.
but you can abuse anything. Obviously,
sure.
I abuse food.
Yeah.
Like that's how I view it. You just have to, as long as you know and you're able to, able to find a way to, I guess work it so that it works for you or that you don't feel like you're fucking shit up or you're not fucking shit up. If you're doing all your responsibilities and stuff and it's not weighing on you or anything, then fucking do whatever, man. But if if it's fucking, if you're doing it and it's interfering with your day or interfering with things you're doing, or you're doing that and you're still doing your stuff, but you're like, oh, it's fucking crazy. You should probably, get out there and seek some help or something, I don't know.
And what made it worse is when I would be like at the just fried.
Right.
Then we had a friendly employee that'd be like, you seem kind of down. do you want an Adderall? And I'd be like, that sounds pretty good. And then before I knew it, I was like, oh, yeah, I think I need Adderall. I'm like, no, I'm just so fucking stoned all the time. Then it was like a way mixed high, and yeah.
Yeah, because isn't Adderall just basically like fucking crack, right?
But yeah, I mean, it has meth properties.
Right. Yeah, I've never taken Adderall, but my brother has. And
How many
got in a brawl.
dicks did you suck?
None. I never paid for it. I always got it free.
He's a nice
Without
That's how it
sucking
goes.
He's a nice guy.
Well, that wasn't the question.
That's how it's go. It's real easy to get a prescription for that. A lot of writers I've heard for everything, comedy writers, TV writers, they do that because it helps you focus on what you're doing, and they can fucking fly through like writing a script and shit. I've never taken it. I don't like that type of shit. I'm not about because I feel like it makes me not like I've had ADHD and stuff diagnosed before where they try to give me medication. It hasn't been Adderall, and I take it for a little bit and I feel fucking weird as fuck. So I don't like that shit. And so I'd never take it, but my brother did. And he did it one time where he fucking abused it. We were driving from here. So we were going to the national championship game in Los Angeles. Auburn was playing Florida State, and my whole family was going, and my mom was already out there, and it was just the kids, and we were all flying, and we were at Eppley Airfield here in Omaha. We were watching. There was a huge fucking snowstorm, and our flight was supposed to go to Chicago, then out to Los Angeles, because at that point, Omaha didn't have a direct flight to Los Angeles, and it was either go to Minnesota or go to Chicago and then go out there. Well, we were watching every flight fucking basically cancel in front of our eyes, and the game was the next day at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, whenever the fucking BCS championship was, and it was at the Rose Bowl. And so me and my brother made an executive decision that we were just going to rent a car and fucking drive straight there. And my mom was very against this, and we were like, fuck it, we're doing it. And then so we're driving, and when I'm on a road trip, especially if it's just like you asked me to drive one time like to South Dakota somewhere with you, I'm not gonna sleep in the car if it's just me and you, even if I'm the passenger, just because I feel like you, like in my brain, like we need to both be awake just in case like you fall asleep, then I'm here, or like we can talk to each other, especially at night.
Well, you can't trust this motherfucker.
Well, I haven't taken a road trip with him yet. So.
Yeah.
So my brother gets in to drive first, and he proclaims on the way out there that he's driving the entire way. And I'm like, okay. And so, because we had my brother-in-law, we had a bunch of drivers. My sisters were there. We probably wouldn't have made them drive, but we had a van, and we started driving, and we drove fucking straight through to Los Angeles. Well, I didn't know at the time, but my brother he popped like multiple Adderalls while he's driving.
Oh, shit.
Like more than he was prescribed. So then we get there. Me and him haven't slept. We drove the whole time. I think it was 23-hour drive from here to Los Angeles. We drive there. We get there at like lunchtime. My mom wants to take us to lunch. My brother's initially pissed because he wants to like rest or something. And we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so we get there, we go to lunch, and right after lunch, it's time to get to the fucking Rose Bowl for the game.
Yeah.
So we get to the game, and I mean, we're like so tired. I'm like fucking almost like I don't remember a lot of getting there. One of my sons was with us that I regret all this story because he saw a lot of this shit happen, but it was cool because the rest of my family was there. But we get there, we get in the game, and my parents went to Auburn and stuff, and we had sweet tickets. We were up in like the press box area, so we had like a buffet and fucking there was our separate bar up there and everything.
Nice.
So we're idiots. We haven't slept. We start fucking. We met these girls that were there with their parents. We're starting taking shots and shit. We haven't slept. We passed the buffet. We don't even fucking eat anything.
Oh.
First half is great. We're sitting there. We're cheering our ass off. And how it was sitting in there is the whole row in front of us happened to be Florida State dudes, and then it was Auburn people, and then it was a mix behind us. But for some reason, they must have split them up between the schools because the row in front of us. And I mean, I was being super fucking annoying. I'll kill you right now, Sean. I was being pretty annoying because I was drunk and tired, and if anyone who remembers that far back, Auburn was killing them in the first half. And me and my brother were going nuts. I was doing the Dante Culpepper thing where he does the rolling with his arms right in these guys' faces, right in these guys' faces like the whole time, dude. I was being a pretty big jerk. Well, and then we were drinking. Then second half, third quarter, at some point, I don't know what an argument started, but me and my brother started arguing with each other.
Each other? Oh, shit.
Yeah, each other, like loud, to where like the whole section is like looking at us and shit. In my mind, I could see the fucking my mom just being like, God fucking damn it. And what really, and like I said, I am so like drunk and out of it. I have no idea. It's probably some fucking dumb shit that we're arguing about in the game. And as this is going down, Florida State starts coming back in the game. Like while we're arguing, the thing that really pissed him off is my sister was sitting next to me. It goes me, then a sister, then my brother, then another sister. And I turned to my sister while this guy's like arguing with me. And I was like, can you believe this fucking guy? And that made him snap. And he's like, I'm fucking out of here. Like threw his drink down and got up and left. And he was gone the rest of the game. Auburn ends up losing, and I feel like it's our fault because of our energy.
Oh, yeah.
Our energy switch like that.
You guys killed that game.
And literally at the end of the game, the whole row in front of me, as they're walking out, I'm shaking all their hands, and I'm like, I'm sorry, congratulations for the game. I'm sorry, congratulations on winning the good national champion. Like, fucking, I felt terrible. Because also, I can tell my mom and people are upset that we fucking basically ruined the day by being dickheads. So we walk to the car.
Frank Gallagher goes to fucking California.
So then we walk to the car. My brother's still nowhere to be found. And so they're calling him, and he answers, and he's like, I can't. And they go out gate D and go here. And he's like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm just going to get a cab and go home.
Go home.
And my son, I was like, no, just stay where you're at. I'll come find you. So he goes to find him. So we're sitting in the van. And while we're sitting in the van, this drunk Florida State dude comes and opens the fucking door to the driver's side.
Oh, shit.
And I'm so revved up, I fucking opened the sliding door and went flying out. And all I could remember hearing is my mom and my sisters be like, Davis, no! And I fucking grabbed this guy and I snatched him up and I put him up against a tree, like up in the air. And the terror in this guy's face. He's like, oh, I thought it was my car. And then I put him down and I like brushed his shoulders off. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. My mom and sister in there, I thought you were stealing the car. I was going to fuck you up. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm drunk. I thought it was my own. And so I apologize to that guy.
Wow.
Yes. Then my brother, we get him in the car. He sleeps back to the hotel. And then at the hotel, he gets out of the car. Everyone else has already vacated the car, is going in. And I was waiting because he was sleeping. And my stepdad woke him up. He gets out of the car and walks to the driver's side. And I was like, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, I'm driving home. And I'm like, we're in Los Angeles, motherfucker. Where are you going? And so we kind of got into it there. And then we just went up and went to sleep. And then we flew back the next day. And we ruined Auburn's national championships for my family and for the school. So
wow.
And it was all because of fucking Adderall. That's what I'll blame it on.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Don't do drugs. So yeah, that was my mom listens to this, so she'll probably appreciate that fucking story. So
apologize to her again.
I'm sorry, Mom.
There you go.
Sorry for being
the belly monster struck again. That was the first national championship me and him fought, but not at the game. And someone called someone a belly monster. So it's an inside joke in my family. Now with everyone. Yeah.
What do you think? That's fucking intense, man.
I think we really aired it out this one.
Yeah.
I know. I think we did.
I think we hit that title.
We
I've
discovered
had fun
ourselves
on this one.
I've had a lot of good fun. Can't even get it together.
Maybe
anymore.
it's because I don't have my phone on me.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. I'm gonna tell Colleen you did better. Here we go. This guy.
Thank you for
Here I
guiding
go.
my life.
She'll listen to this. She'll listen to this one, and she'll realize that it's better.
Let me get a couple
Text her a
pictures.
picture of me. No phone.
Oh yeah.
Ty's got no phone. Just text her right now. He loves you. You're his guiding light. Take me to the promised land, Colleen.
That was a good one. Tell your friends about our podcast.
Please.
Email us some more. Maybe you'll get a t-shirt. That one, what's his name? Adam. We're sending you a t-shirt soon. I'm getting them made, bud. Don't make that face, Sean. I am.
Denim jacket.
It's 2022. I made a New Year's resolution, dude. Podcast.
Whatever, Scott.
For God's
Nothing.
sakes.
How fucking dare you, dude?
Nothing's gonna happen.
For God's sakes, denim jackets.
That's what you want?
That's what he
so
wants.
bad.
Let's work on that spot. Tell her to buy us some denim jackets.
Oh, okay.
And that'll be like, what?
We could get them
We
for
could do it.
$50 a piece, I bet.
Tractor Supply.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
Tractors.
That fucking hit it right on the head.
Yeah, he's
Maybe I could get maybe I could show Boot Barn my TikTok and be like,
yeah, there you
hey,
go.
you should sponsor us with some Wrangler denims.
Yeah, but we don't want them shitty. We want like patches on them. I think the patches are.
But
gonna
you
be,
patch
we're
it
gonna have to
yourself.
buy the jacket and then we'll have to take them to an embroidered.
oh yeah, there you go.
do the
I got
patches.
a spot.
We're doing the embroidery ones. Oh shit.
Well, I don't know.
They got to be fancy.
Iron on. It's like fucking 90s grunge jackets.
Each year that you're on Door Guys, you get a fucking chevron on your shoulder. Dude.
See this sleeve? Been in for a while.
I just watched some Instagram reel on the way over here where the Hells Angels were giving these like basically wild hogs at the bar.
Yeah.
Like these guys are a group that saw the Hells Angels and like, we want to ride with you.
Right.
It's fairly framed. Like, we want to ride with you. And they're like, if you can ride with us, whatever. So they ride, but they're like, we want to, why does it say MC on your vest? And he's like, oh, we're just, he's like, are you a club? And I'm like, no, we're
from
we're
Motorcycle
just
Club?
a group. And they're like, yeah, but you're disrespecting all the clubs. Like,
Oh yeah, that'll get your ass
you're,
beat.
you're
Right?
not
sure.
an MC. And they got all like on him.
You should have said I'm an MC at a comedy club. That's why I put it on there.
Except it's not like that.
EMC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can spell it however I want.
You sure can.
It's 2021.
All right. The wife's asking when we're going to end.
Same.
Now.
So yeah, we're gonna end this. I'm gonna turn the music up. Everybody, email us. We might read it. You might get a T-shirt. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's doorguyspod@yahoo.com. Follow Ty Walsh on TikTok.
Come here. Tyler Walsh Comedy.
And tell your friends about us. And hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.